Hello. So, another video. It's been a while. So, what happened the last couple weeks? I had my follow-up. I was able to get my MRI done in December, so it was covered, hopefully under my deductible. It was December 31st. It was 75 minutes because it was a flow study again with contrast. And that went well. I did really well. I didn't have to get medicated. The texts were great. The family went nice and early to Madison to get that. And that was a Monday. And then I was to see Dr. Resnick to go over the results on Friday. So Friday came around and went in to see him. I got in right away, which was really nice. We were kind of on the later side. And we came in and, of course, you're hoping for the best, but I know since you probably watched the rest of the videos that I wasn't feeling very good and I thought my symptoms were getting worse. And I wasn't in the best spot, because going back to work was a lot harder than I thought, and my symptoms seemed like they were getting worse. But I was still hopeful that, things were, decreasing in the syrinx. But yeah, work continued to be hard throughout, the fall into, the early winter here. And so he came in and he... very nice guy. I really like Dr. Resnick. He's, very friendly. But he came in and then he just, kind of said, well, there's not a whole lot of change in the syrinx. It's about the same size. And so, disappointing. 2 brain surgeries and I still have this really big syrinx. Still from C1 to C1 to thoracic 2 or somewhere along that line. Just kind of frustrating. And, of course he asked how I was doing and I'm very good at saying, oh, good. But then, I said, when he said, well, since your symptoms are, still, and then I kind of just told him, I said, yeah, well, the headaches are worse. The numbness is getting worse. Everything is progressing worse. Just life, I don't think I talked about the good days, and there's not a whole lot of, pain-free good days anymore. They're more like little snippets, maybe once every 3 weeks of no pain, no headaches. Well, not no headaches, but headaches that I don't, focus on. So you're back to the beginning. No change. I mean, he didn't even bring up my MRI, which kind of made me upset because he just, I had to tell him, can I see, I wanted to see it. And he brought it up and showed me, and there it was. I'm going to start naming it now because it's part of me. Okay, so he went over it. He said, he did do another neuro assessment just to kind of check me. Of course, I was shaking because I just heard that, pretty much I've been through hell for the last 2 years and, nothing has worked to reduce the size of this syrinx. I mean, not even a little bit. I asked him, is it just a little, maybe a little bit smaller? No. But it didn't get worse. I had him measure my tonsils, because they looked a little bit lower, but it kind of looked like it was just the MRI comparisons he did measure, but it didn't look too much lower. The flow study said I had some flow on the posterior side where he did the decompression, but very minimal flow internally where I have that retroflexed odontoid, which is the internal part of the first cervical spine, which pinches in it said I've got flow better when I put my head up like this, but I don't walk around like that. I think that's physically impossible to walk around like that without other issues. So, yep, he recommended another MRI. I did prompt him to do maybe a full spine this time just to make sure that there's nothing else further down. Even though I have no symptoms of tethered cord, I'm a little unusual with symptoms. I seem to be, at least I seem to portray that I don't have a lot of symptoms, but I just kind of try not to dwell on them, but they're there and progressing, but nothing that would, yeah. So I would say the appointment didn't go the greatest, very frustrating. So he said I could get a second opinion from another neurosurgeon that he works with, Dr. Dempsey, who's been there for another 15 years. So I did make an appointment with him and canceled it because I just read up and he's very stroke certified. He's very good at what he does with strokes, but it really didn't fit, Dr. Resnick's bio fit a lot better with Chiari than he did, so I thought, he's not going to be able to, he won't tell me anything different. He'll say, wait it out, do another MRI, but I'm thinking another 6 months of nerve damage. Where will I be in 6 months? And then that's, he really did not seem confident in placing the drain. So I went home and thought about a lot of things, and I'll do another video to